My teachers helped me get 2 scholarships to college for a full ride, and I squandered both of them. The 2 scholarships my teachers helped me get were a full tuition scholarship to the local community college and a part of $1,000 scholarship for art supplies that was split between me and this other kid. And Thomas, I hope you got the full thing because I didn't use my share. So the reason why I didn't go to that college is a bit more convoluted than the reason why I didn't go to the art college. But it was also mostly my dad's fault, but also partially not, because I could have gone to that college if I chose to stay in the state. So when I was in high school, I went to a really poor high school. We had terrible graduation rates. We had terrible GPAs in that school because that school had amnesty for illegal immigrants, and a lot of them didn't speak English, and so a lot of them didn't pass state tests. And so the community college wanted students to come to it, but it had a hard time getting students to go there because a lot of the kids in the area who were graduating high school or who had dropped out of high school couldn't get into the community college. So they had this program. So if you graduated from one of the 4 high schools in the area with a certain level of GPA, I think it might have been 3.75, you would get free tuition for a 2-year associate's degree. And now I had a really rough year my freshman year of high school. I was still living with my schizo mom and I couldn't sleep and my grades suffered. I got a bunch of C's and I might have even got a D my freshman year. But by the time I graduated, after I lived with my dad, by the time I graduated from the other school, I had a GPA of 3.87. I graduated with an honors diploma and I qualified for this free 2-year scholarship to the local community college. And I did not have a pleasant experience with the testing. So in order to actually get into the college, you still have to take the exams and you still have to get accepted. So I did all the paperwork to apply, and that was all free, that was fine. So I went to go take these tests and my dad dropped me off at the my dad, it was actually probably my sister. I don't think he had his license back yet then. I think he was still on DUI license revocation. My sister dropped me off at the college campus. It's the one she had went to but dropped out of. All 3 of my siblings dropped out of college. I'm the only one who didn't because I'm the only one who didn't go. But my sister dropped me off because my dad still had his license suspended from his DUI. She dropped me off there and I had to figure out my way to the testing room to go take tests. And I failed. I actually did not pass the English test, and I was really confused as to why I didn't pass it because I was a great English student. I was one of the few students who got an A in the AP English class my junior year of high school that they got rid of my senior year of high school because it was too hard for people. Because they didn't know English and they put people who didn't know English in the class. I don't understand why they did that, but they were setting people up to fail, and nothing against the kids in that class, they just were put in the wrong one. And so I was like, why did I fail this test? Why didn't I pass it? And I talked to my Spanish teacher about it, and she was like, you should go retake that test. I don't think you should fail that. She's like, you're a great student, you're great at English, you're great at Spanish, you should go retake that test. I talked to my art teacher about it, she said the same thing. I didn't talk to my English teacher about it because he was kind of aloof, whatever, I didn't have as good of a relationship with him, but I'm sure he would have told me to go retake the test too, because there's no reason I should have failed it. And I think ultimately, the reason why I failed it is I had such a high vocabulary and I have such an understanding of grammar that I thought the test was asking trick questions, but it really wasn't. And I think I overthought the answers and it was like a bunch of true or false. And I think I just answered false because I thought they were trick questions and they really weren't. The answer was just true. And so I went and retook this test, and I was supposed to pay to retake these tests, but I don't think whoever was in charge of it knew that I had failed the first one, so I didn't have to pay for the second test, which was good. And so I went and retook the test, passed with flying colors, no problem there. But there was just something about, like, when I had gone to that campus, I didn't know where to go. I felt very out of place on this campus. The, students who were there struck me as very childish, entitled, immature, and they probably still are now, but I just did not have a good experience going to the campus. I didn't really feel good there, but I was still gonna go, right? I still applied, I still got in, I got accepted, I got my honors diploma when I graduated, I qualified for the program, and the other scholarship I got was $1,000 split between me and this other kid. So there's this family, I don't know if they went to the school, they might have gone to the school when they were younger, but they would give $1,000 every single year to a student graduating from the school so they could buy art supplies if they went to college. And so there was this other kid, Thomas, who was a nice artist. I didn't love everything he did, but I could tell he had talent and I could tell he tried. I was a better artist than him. No, I'm not gonna be humble about that. But I think he deserved it. I'm not gonna say he didn't deserve it. I think he deserved it. And they ended up splitting the scholarship between the two of us. So I hope he got the full scholarship because I didn't take my half. And I think he's deserving of that. I hope it was good for him. So that was something my art teacher did. So she helped me get that scholarship. So I had 2 scholarships to go to college. I had free tuition for 2 years, and I think it was like $500 in scholarships to get art supplies to go to college. And I did not take it. That is the one experience with college that I chose not to do. And from a financial perspective, that might be stupid. Like, it might have been good if I had gone and just got my 2-year degree with even just an art degree. Like, if you have a degree of any kind, you can go be a manager in any retail setting, anywhere. Like, it probably would have benefited me. The reason why I did not take it is I could not stand living with my father. He was awful. And I knew he would not let me go to college for an art degree. Even if he let me go, he would have sabotaged all of my artwork if I brought it home. And I know this for a fact because he did that with a painting I was working on in high school. So when I was in high school, I spent over 200 hours on a painting. And my art teacher had me calculate this out because I spent so much time in her classroom. Because I had 3 release periods my senior year of high school. I spent all 3 of those in the art classroom painting this painting, plus my painting class. And after school, I would stay till 3 o'clock, 3:30 every day with her because she would stay for whatever students wanted to paint. And I spent a lot of time on this painting. And I love this painting and it came out very well. And I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. But I brought it home for, I think it was winter break. I brought home my painting so I could work on it during the break while I wasn't at school. And my father tried to rip my painting up. The only reason he was not able to rip my painting up is I taped that shit down real good. And his arthritic fingers could not rip it off the piece of cardboard or board or whatever I had it taped to. It was a board. He could not rip it off the board that it was on. And so I took my painting, I ran upstairs with it, broke my phone because I wanted to save my painting more than my phone and priorities, and like hid it from him. I didn't let him near this painting, and I couldn't work on it the entire break because he was awful. And I do believe he was jealous. So he's a narcissistic, he's drunk. He was jealous of the talent that I had with art because he thought he was a great artist, and he was a good artist, but I was better than him. And everybody in my family is artistic. There's a lot of talent here and there, but I was the best artist when it comes to painting and drawing. Like, for sure, I was better than everybody. Even like my mother was good at it, and she that was like one of the few things she encouraged was my artistic talent. And I spent a lot of time in daycare practicing my art, so I got very good at it. And he was jealous of that fact, and I think that's why he tried to rip my painting up. But after that experience, I did not feel like if I stayed in the house with him that he would have let me work on painting for college. I don't think he would have liked that. I don't think he would have let me do it. I think he would have gotten in the way. Cujo, stop messing with that. It's raining outside, and that's driving my cat crazy, and so he is driving me crazy. Just so you guys know what's going on here. It's all Cujo's fault. He's distracting me. Come here, buddy. Come on, Cujo. Come on. Come get it. Come get it. Look at you. You're adorable. I can see you're gonna pounce. You're gonna pounce. Get it. Come on. After high school, I turned 18 like a month before we graduated. After high school, my aunt and uncle offered me a spot to come live with them because they were working on their basement, and once the basement was done at the end of the summer, they could shove my sister down there, and then I would have a bedroom upstairs. And I had to wait until the end of the summer. Cujo, why are you wrestling? You're so loud, buddy. Come here. Cujo. Cujo. Knowing that I had to wait until the end of the summer to go live with my aunt and uncle, I went and got a job. And I got a job working at 7-Eleven. My first day of work ever was free Slurpee day. We gave away 2,600 free Slurpees, and I really enjoyed it. Like, I actually really liked that job. My boss was great. My coworkers were great. The customers were fine. Like, I really enjoyed talking to them, most of them. There were a few guys who were jerks, and then there were some creepers creeping on an 18-year-old. But I did enjoy that job for the most part. And I could have taken that job, taken my best friend at the time, who would have moved into an apartment with me, and we could have rented an apartment. She had a job too. We could have rented an apartment together, and I could have taken my scholarships and gone to that community college while working. But I chose not to do that. I chose to move across the country to go live with my aunt, my uncle, and my sister. Buddy, what are you doing? Cujo, come here. You're getting stuck in the curtains again. I fully believed at the time, and I still believe now, that the best option in that time period was for me to get away from my father and to get as far away from him as I possibly could so that he could not take it out on me. And that was a good decision. So the day I left, he started threatening me. He started threatening my aunt and uncle. He started threatening my sister. He cut my phone off like when I was halfway to, I had like an interchange on the overlay on the flight, and he cut my phone off halfway through, and I was in some nowhere airport, and I just had to trust that my aunt and uncle knew I was still coming, and they did, like, obviously. And so I left. I left the state that I graduated from. I left my 2 scholarships. I didn't even tell anybody. I just left. and it was good for me, and I'm glad that I made that decision. I thank you all for watching my video today. This is one of multiple parts of the Why I Didn't Go to College series, but I will be posting a full video at the end if you just want to watch everything all at once. So, subscribe to my channel so you either get the notification when every piece comes out or when the big one comes out at the end. If you guys like this video, please like the video. Let me know down in the comments why you didn't go to college, or why you regret going to college, or even how great your college experience was, because that's fine too. But I will see you guys next time.